Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. I hope you're all doing well. Wanted to come in and do a special reading for all of you today. We've been getting a lot of, information or cards that are really hinting towards communication from the masculine energy. And what I wanted to do was do a messages reading today about what that communication may look like or what it may be about. So we're going to use several decks here today. We're going to shuffle live and let's just go ahead and get started with, some topics of conversation. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget, if you want to book your own conversations reading or your own messages reading from your person, then you can book those services on my website as well. Let's get started and let's just see. Let's get some themes. And we're going to get a couple of decks with those themes. Actually, three. We'll use three different decks to get the themes, and then we shall clarify with the tarot. Longing, overwhelmed, and I'm going to apologize for the glare. I mean, it is what it is. You're going to start seeing the cards closer when I bring them closer to the table, but for now, you're going to get a little bit of a glare, and I apologize for that. Proud, and the last card, unfulfilled. Bottom of the deck for this part is bored. This reminds me a lot of the Four of Cups energy, uninterested, apathetic, and jaded. So the first four messages we have: longing, yearning, wistful, homesick, overwhelmed, swamped, inundated, and burdened, proud, honored, satisfied, and pleased, and then unfulfilled, dissatisfied, incomplete, and purposeless. Let's go ahead and start clarifying these cards. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull all the messages up first, and then we'll do the clarification. Grief, fresh start, refocus, divine masculine. Interesting. And the bottom of the deck is the tribe card. So we're going to start lining these up here. Let's get the last row of messages. Warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. Trust, balance, and past life connection. And the bottom of the deck is marriage. Okay, well then, let's start clarifying. So we're going to start with this row here where we have the card bored as the bottom of the deck. So it just kind of seems like masculine is not really taking action, okay? He's apathetic, he's bored, he's staring at the clock, he's really not, motivated by the clock ticking. So he's just kind of in this energy of just sitting in the energy, sitting in the longing, he's sitting and being overwhelmed. I really feel like he's sitting in his pride and therefore unfulfilled. So let's start clarifying these cards. Longing, overwhelmed, You know me, I like to do lots of layers. This is the last layer, okay? Okay, too many cards flying all over the place. Ugh. Okay. Okay, so bottoms of the deck. I'm going to use all of these for board. So this first line, what does masculine want to communicate? Well, right now, he's not interested in necessarily taking action to communicate, okay? We know that there is a desire to communicate, but as far as any activity or communication coming in, he is right now apathetic to making any sort of gestures. He's going within. He's going into this hermit's journey. He's looking at his inner guide, and he's really reflecting on how he wants to come forward with communication. You can't make this up. He's apathetic about making an offer. He's going within, going deep within into his unconscious to disconnect so that he can figure out how he wants to communicate. So those are the bottoms of the deck. Now, what are the messages? The message is I'm in longing. I am yearning. I am homesick for my divine feminine. I'm really working on this betrayal that I experienced as part of my journey with karmic, or what I have actually done to my divine feminine. This betrayed my divine feminine, and now he's in this energy of trying to figure out how he's going to solve the problem. So in his first message right off the bat, he's like, I'm longing for my compassionate, loving, intuitive queen. I am working on myself. I'm trying to master myself. I'm working on my own betrayal and my betrayal of you. I'm working on my cunning energy and my toxicity of any connections I've been in and the connection that I had with you. I'm working on releasing myself from my own toxicity, and then how he replicates it in other connections. He's really looking to solve the problems. His second message is, I'm overwhelmed. He's probably overwhelmed by his longing. He's overwhelmed by all of the things that he needs to do, overwhelmed by all of the burdens that he has self-created. So his message is, I'm overwhelmed. I want to take a leap of faith, but you know what? I have gone through very painful endings and created very painful endings. And so now it's like this energy where he needs to ground himself. He needs to take care of himself and isolate himself. So he's just very much in this energy right now where he's seeing the drama, the problems, the destruction that he has caused, not only in his life, but in the life of others. I feel like, remember I said this is like a pride thing. So there's this energy of, pride and honor, and he's satisfied with third-party connections. But guess what? They're over. Death card. Ending, right? There's this ending of this victory, the success, this pleasure, the satisfaction with third-party situations have ended. And now he's contemplating, he's spending time alone to find out what he wants to target, what he wants to do, how, what does he want? Does he want to be alone? Does he want to try to, reconcile with feminine? Does he just want to do nothing? Last message. Unfulfilled. He's unsatisfied. He feels incomplete. He feels purposeless. There is this union. He wants to communicate, but he's holding things together because things are just very, very fragile at this time. So right off the bat, we're getting that the reason why he is bored and apathetic, or he's not doing a whole heck of a lot, because as he goes within, as he digs deep, he's starting to see all of the things he needs to fix. Yes, he has this longing. Yes, he needs to work on, coming forward, but he needs to get himself out of this toxic behavior and toxic situations if he's going to come back to feminine. And when he realizes that, there is this desire to communicate with feminine, he's overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed by the backs that he has stabbed. He's overwhelmed by the recklessness of his behavior. And so he's really isolating himself at this time. There was the success and satisfaction, pride that he had with third-party connections, but those have ended. Those have ended now too, or are ending during this Mercury retrograde. And now he's trying to recenter and just kind of decide, what do I want to do? What's my strategy? Do I want to be alone, or do I want to, try to do something else? Because right now he feels very unfulfilled. He's very unsatisfied. There is a union. He wants communication with his feminine, but he's holding it together. He's keeping it all together. He's restricting himself because right now there's a lot of fragility. Okay, let's look at the second row. Now, bottom of the deck is tribe. So let's see what that's all about. So if we have grief, fresh start, refocus, and divine masculine. So temperance at the bottom of the deck, being very patient, trying to balance things out. Yeah, look at that. Seven of Swords. Needs to heal all of this deception, all of this trauma, all of this self-sabotage. Perhaps he's even, obviously has betrayed his soul tribe. Soul tribe, you know, that includes the divine feminine, it includes karmics, includes families, includes friends. Starting to see where he has displayed very bad behavior. Too many cards. Yep. Shield. Last card. Okay, bottom of the deck. For this next row of messages, we have the tribe card. That is all about soul tribes, soul families. It's about friends. It's about families. And we have the temperance card. So it's about this energy of really understanding, finding purpose to all of his self-sabotage, all of his deception, trying to heal, you know, his own behaviors, his betrayals of other people, of friends, of family, of feminine, of karmic. And so right now he's just kind of blocking himself. He's in this energy where, you know, he's trying to stand up for himself, where he has been betrayed, and he's also in this energy of defensiveness around those that he has betrayed. And so right now there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of misunderstandings. So we're seeing now further why he's just not really taking a lot of action. There's a lot of behavior here that, you know, his karma is coming back, that he knows he needs to correct things. Okay, so the first card we have is grief. You know, he's experiencing a lot of sadness. And then we get the Five of Cups. Yeah, there's sadness, there's regret, there's loss. We have Three of Cups, Two of Cups here. He's looking back. He's spent a lot of time with third parties, karmic situations, and perhaps maybe even missed the union. And therefore here he's unfulfilled because he missed the divine union. He rejected it. Okay, he was in this energy of rejecting that because of his insecurities. And so right now things are not changing. Things are not changing because he's still in this energy of defensiveness, of stubbornness, and you know, not quite in his confidence. He is saying, I do want a fresh start. I want a fresh start when I'm in my king energy, when I feel confident, when I feel stable, when I feel abundant, when I embody the emperor energy. And that will likely be in the fall. What are we headed into in September? The fall. And that is when I'm coming for the person that sparks my soul. He's saying right now he needs to refocus. There's a lot of wounds. There's a lot of ego. So he's at the crossroads. He's being still until he can break out of these energies and become this divine masculine who rises up from the ashes, who comes in and brings balance to the person who is his target, right? Remember, we got the target right here, right? It's going to be clear for him. It's going to be clear for him. But I also feel like he needs to be in this energy of divine masculine, because when he brings in balance, he knows there may potentially be a showdown because the divine feminine is in the Queen of Swords energy. She's not going to accept less than. So in the second row of messages, he's looking at his self-sabotage. He's looking at his betrayals. He's a bit defensive, but he's saying, I am grief-stricken. I am still in my grief. I'm still in my insecurities. I want a fresh start when I'm stable and in my power, likely in the fall. Let me refocus right now. Let me refocus on my wounds. Let me be still until I could break out of these energies, because I know I need to rise up as divine masculine if I'm going to come forward to you with communication. Lots of king energy here. King of Pentacles, Emperor, and then we have the divine masculine card. Okay, let's look at this last set of cards. Bottom of the deck is marriage. What's that all about? So the first card that we have out here is warning, and then trust, balance, and past life connection. That came out kind of on my lap, so I'm not going to take that. Too many cards. Okay, Page of Swords. Five of Swords. Interesting. Five of Swords is a very difficult card. Yep. Last set. Wow. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, bottom of the deck, marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union. So we have this energy of delay, of observation, of, kind of chattiness, restlessness. He's restless. He's like talking himself out of this union. And it's this energy because he's feeling fear. He's fear, King of Fire, Emperor card. Where do we get the King of Wands, Emperor? Right here with this fresh start, right? Where he's saying, I want this fresh start, but, in the fall, because right now I need to focus. I need to focus on these wounds. So his next message is, look, I want to move this towards sacred union. I'm restless, but I'm really getting caught up in my head. I'm in an avoidant mentality. I am in this energy of fear-based thinking that I'm really trying to take control of. I'm really trying to combat that as the Emperor. So his first message is, warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. So this is an energy where he's at the crossroads, King of Wands. He's at, and right here, that's what we're getting at the bottom of the deck. He's at the crossroads. He's nervous. He's got this energy of red flags because things have not worked out before. So like I said, he is in this energy. Should I go at this alone? Should I just stay alone? Get a pet, be with my pet, or do I want to pursue this relationship and towards union? So right now there's some energy here about red flags. There's some warning. There is some like fear, right? About moving forward. So he's kind of in this energy of patience and planning. He's in this energy of standing at the crossroads, you know, trying to take leadership. But there is an energy here where, you know, maybe we're not going to be able to leave things in the past. I'm regretting a lot of things that happen. And so maybe I just need to stand alone. But then he goes into this energy of trust. You know, it's like, you know, it's safe to trust. It is safe to trust this situation. And so he wants victory. He wants victory over his sadness, victory over loss, but he's uncertain about this twin flame connection right now. You know, he wants to trust and believe that there will be victory over loss, over his regrets. But right now, because of these warning signs, because he's focused on his wounds, he's just uncertain where things are going to go. Again, really trying to talk himself out of things. Next, balance. One person is giving too much to this relationship. He is saying, I understand this was completely an imbalanced relationship. You gave more, I didn't give enough, I took a lot, and that needs to end. That cycle, that karmic pattern needs to end. And he's in his spiritual power, wanting to come forward as the King of Cups in an energy of self-mastery, emotional mastery, and really charge forward with action. So how many kings do we have here? King of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Wands, and the Emperor. The king that's missing is the sword. The King of Swords is the one with all the words, the one that has the integrity. That's the king we don't have. Last message from masculine for this reading. Past life connection. Your soul remembers this intense connection. Hanged Man, he is really starting to enlighten himself, awaken to this past life connection with his divine feminine. He's in this energy where the divine is intervening, bringing truth, being clarity, and they're imparting upon him this knowledge, and he knows he must transform, he must develop, he must become this divine masculine if he wants to reconcile with his feminine. Okay, you can't make this up. All right, if you guys want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.